The more you suppress your feelings, the more they get pushed down into your unconscious mind. It's about identity shifting. Stepping into the version of yourself you were always meant to be. It's not just a dark side you're told to ignore. In fact, it's the key to everything you've ever been searching for, especially the shadow. This is where your true potential lies. By acknowledging that we are not our mistakes, we free ourselves to grow and become the person we aspire to be. Imagine for a moment that the struggles you're facing right now, the patterns you can't break, and the potential you feel just out of reach all come down to one thing, one powerful step: learning how to unleash your shadow self. Hello and welcome to Wisdom of Persia. I'm your host, Fatemeh. Let's start with a concept introduced by Carl Jung, who discovered that human beings have four main archetypes governing their lives. First, there's the persona, the mask you show to the world. It's the version of you that fits in, follows the rules, and presents a socially acceptable front. And there's the anima or animus, your inner feminine and masculine energies. These governs your creativity, emotions, and your soul deep connections with others. But what if I told you that behind this mask lies something far more powerful, something you've been avoiding all your life? That is the shadow. The shadow holds all of your hidden fears, desires, and untapped potential. It's not just a dark side you're told to ignore. In fact, it's the key to everything you've ever been searching for. Next, we have the hero within us, a part that strives to conquer life's challenges, to rise above. But here's something no one tells you. True power doesn't come from the hero alone. It comes from understanding and embracing every single part of yourself, especially the shadow. This is where your true potential lies, waiting to be unleashed. In today's video, I will show you how to tap into the shadow side, not just to understand it, but to truly integrate it into your life in a way that will change everything for you. This isn't just another shiny personal development tip. This is the missing piece that, when properly implemented, unlocks a level of success you may have thought was out of reach. Understanding the mind. To understand shadow work, let's start by breaking down the mind. At the most surface level, we have the conscious mind, which makes up about 5% of your daily awareness. Just below this, we have the subconscious mind, another 5% where certain patterns and beliefs are stored. But beyond these lies the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. The personal unconscious is shaped by your own experiences, while the collective unconscious is influenced by society and our shared human history. Your personal unconscious can balance out your conscious self. For example, if you feel inferior in real life, your dreams may include scenes of you in the company of powerful or influential people. This is your unconscious mind trying to restore balance, the role of the shadow. But here's where many people get lost. The shadow self. Often we suppress this side and it stays hidden in the unconscious until one day it emerges, often explosively, leaving us feeling out of control. Carl Jung believed the goal was individuation, to reach harmony with every part of ourselves, the hero, the anima or animus, the shadow, and the conscious self. Embracing the shadow is essential for this balance. Most people misunderstand the shadow. They've been told to only show parts of themselves that fit certain standards. But the true journey of growth isn't about becoming someone else. It's about identity shifting, stepping into the version of yourself you were always meant to be. identity shifting. When people think of identity shifting, they often assume they have to be someone different to achieve what they want. But it's not about being someone else. It's about becoming who you are meant to be. Here's the truth. Being leads to doing, which ultimately leads to having. If you are struggling to achieve a goal, maybe that goal isn't truly meant for you. You may be battling against societal expectations instead of your true path, giving yourself permission. In a powerful book called Relentless by Tim Groover, there's a quote that resonates deeply. In order to have what you really want, you must first be who you really are. When I gave myself permission to embrace my true self, life shifted in ways I never imagined. Practical tips for shadow work. Self-reflection. Take time to journal or meditate on your deepest fears, desires, and hidden traits. What do you avoid acknowledging in yourself? Embrace vulnerability. Allow yourself to feel and express parts of you that you've kept hidden. This might feel uncomfortable, but it's part of integrating your shadow. Challenge your inner narrative. Notice the beliefs you hold about yourself. Are they truly yours, or were they inherited from societal expectations? The cost of suppression. Sometimes, when you feel that a certain option isn't right for you, it's essential to voice that opinion. Go ahead and express yourself. Don't judge yourself for it. The more you suppress your feelings, the more they get pushed down into your unconscious mind. Over time, this repression can manifest in physical ways. So, the first step to healing is to stop the suppression and judgment, especially self-judgment. Allow yourself to be who you truly are. Negative thoughts are just that, thoughts. There's no need to fear them. You can observe them without trying to change them. It's okay to experience negative feelings. You're allowed to think, feel, and be as you are, even temporarily. This acceptance is crucial for your personal growth. The power of vulnerability. This naturally leads us to the second part of our journey, learning to be vulnerable and authentic. Vulnerability is a powerful word that can change your life. Understanding shame and guilt. One key aspect of vulnerability is understanding the difference between shame and guilt. When we make a mistake, shame leads us to think, I am a bad person. In contrast, guilt helps us recognize I did something bad. This distinction is crucial because shame can trap us in negative cycles, while guilt allows us to grow and change. When we experience shame, we identify with that label, which reinforces negative behavior. Instead, we must learn to separate our actions from our identity. By acknowledging that we are not our mistakes, we free ourselves to grow and become the person we aspire to be. Conscious identification. To become more vulnerable, we need to consciously choose our identities. Many of us unconsciously identify with negative labels we've created for ourselves. By recognizing these labels and choosing to disidentify from them, we can reshape our self-image. For example, instead of saying, I am stupid, we can shift to, I made a mistake. This shift allows us to detach from negative thoughts and embrace our potential. To create the version of ourselves we want to be, we must choose what we identify with consciously. In conclusion, embracing your true self requires the courage to express your feelings and the vulnerability to show who you truly are. By breaking free from suppression, understanding shame versus guilt, and consciously choosing our identities, we open the door to deeper connections and a more fulfilling life. Remember, vulnerability is a strength, and every time you let your true self shine, You not only transform your own life, but also inspire those around you. For affirmation, we can say, I embrace my true feelings and express them openly. I release shame and choose to learn from my experiences. I consciously identify with the person I want to become. Thank you so much for being with me today. My name is Fateme, and welcome to Wisdom of Persia.